Hello everyone and welcome to the finals of the 2017 Coruscant Open. I'm Zach.
And I'm Steven.
And on the left we have Jeremy Chamblee, and on the right we have me.
None other than Zach Bunn, yeah.
Out of nowhere. So this is the finals of the Open Series. This is the big finale. They had the 77-point format. It is the 40th anniversary of the release of A New Hope, which was 1977, which is why there's a 77-point format. There were this whole big illustrious draft format where you had to build 77-point lists for all three factions. You then drafted the rest of your squad. On the left, Jeremy actually drafted the Black Squadron Scout. I drafted both of the Bandit Squadron pilots. A couple caveats. After drafting, you have three lists, one for each squad, right? Each player has to use each list each time in Swiss. You get broken. The top 8 players, they each won an open tournament, the Hoth Open, which we covered extensively.
Most of them did, yes.
Yeah, well, except me. We'll get to that in a minute. Anyways, so you bring 3 lists. You get broken into pods of 4 people. You have to play against everyone in your pod. And me and Jeremy both won our respective pods. You come to the finals. Then each player lays out their list. Their opponent gets to choose one list they cannot use. Jeremy, being the wise player that he is, said, "Hey, Zach, I know you. You can't use Imperials,"
right?
Which is why you see me here running my Rebels, because I've literally played one game with Scum, and it was the game I played in the pod. Oh man! So here we are. We'll run down the list in a second. You can see us kind of starting our formations. I'm coming in more of a squad.
So who was in your pod?
So my pod was Paul Heaver.
So you beat Paul?
I did beat
heard
Paul.
That.
Yeah. Also
That's
had Andres, which was the. I think he's from Mexico. He's the national champion from there. And then, who was the last person? You made me say names here. Here we are. I had Chris from Seattle. He won the Seattle Open Series. So Jeremy won Mustafar, which I was at. He actually beat me in that tournament as well.
Yeah.
And then we had Andres from Mexico, and then we had Chris from Seattle.
Perfect.
I was thinking, because we went to breakfast as a big group the morning of this tournament, which was awesome. But I was thinking through all of the players, and it was like, wait a second, I finally got to Chris in my brain. So
boom, and so you went 3-0, and Jeremy did the same thing?
Jeremy went 2-1.
Oh, he 2-1 his pod. So you're feeling good coming into this.
I was feeling pretty
how is it that you stumbled your way into this tournament, by the way? Because, you didn't win an Open Series, as far as I know.
That's correct. So, effectively, we had reached out to Fantasy Flight Games because I was going to be there personally at the weekend, going to Star Wars Celebration. That's where this tournament's at. And I had made arrangements to film this game. Because you don't just want to, there's Lucasfilm rules and there's all kinds of stuff. So you just have to make sure you're good to go. So they knew I was going to be there filming the game, and they found out on the Wednesday, or I think it was Wednesday before this tournament. Celebration is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The tournament's on Saturday. They found out that one of the winners of the Open Series from RAD couldn't make it from Europe because of some visa issues. And so because of the way the format and the drafting happens and the pods happen, they can't really just have a blank space. But they're kind of in a pickle because
big pickle.
They don't want to have blank space, but you also, Celebration's sold out. You can't just get a person to come to Florida randomly. And so they did some research, and basically they realized that I was going to be there and I had done well. At Mustafar top 8'd, and even at Hoth had gone 7-2, and so they asked me if I was willing to, if they needed me to. They didn't know for sure if it was going to happen, to build lists and also play in the tournament. And so I had about 30 minutes in the office before I left to put together 3 lists, packed, scrambled, got there. Didn't find out till Friday that I was playing and played. And honestly, given that I had never played with Scum before and I built the list very quickly, wasn't exactly expecting too much. So it was a happy surprise to find myself here in the finals.
And here you are. Incredible. And now we've got what is only ever seen in these kinds of limited formats for any game, which is classic X-Wing.
Yeah, we have some pretty crazy lists, so I'm going to run those down really quick. Jeremy on the left here has Quick Draw. Withdraw their fire, so if a ship at range 1 takes an uncancelled crit, Quick Draw can take it. Obviously, that's nice with the ability because if Quick Draw loses his shield, it can immediately make a shot. It also has Pattern Analyzer, so it can actually take actions before receiving a stress from a stressful maneuver. Fire control systems, after it shoots an enemy ship, it can get a target lock, lightweight frame. As long as it's rolling less defensive dice than the opponent is attacking with, it can add an agility to its roll after rolling defense dice. And of course, special ops training, allowing it to either add an attack die when it's shooting out of its primary arc, or instead also make a shot out of its auxiliary back arc. Then we have Rexler Breath. After performing an attack that does the least damage, they can spend a focus token to flip those cards face up. Pretty crazy. It has Expertise, which is a nice combo. So Expertise, while you're not stressed, you can change any of your attack dice that are rolled as a focus to a hit. And so pairing that with Rexler's ability, it can save its focus for defense or spend it to turn damage face up. You also have the Tie X7, -2 points, gets a free evade when it does a 3 or faster maneuver. And Twin Ion Mark II, all of its bank maneuvers are green. And he drafted the Black Squadron Scout, which is a TIE Striker with Expertise. Again, very nice pair here with what he's already got going on. Lightweight frame to add that defensive dice, and an adaptive ailerons, which means he has to do 1 forward or 1 bank before executing maneuver as long as he's not stressed. Whew.
Wow. That's a lot to remember.
So that's his list. And you see me on the right, I've got 2 Headhunters, one with Ion Pulse Missiles and one with Munitions Failsafe. The classic Biggs Dark Lighter. I had points to spare, so I put R2-D2 on him with Integrated Astromech. He's going to be quite annoying to deal with in the red there. And then, you know, I like to play aces. So I had Poe Dameron, the PS9 version, and instead of being the shield regen annoying one, I chose to go with the much more exhilarating BB-8 Push the Limit combo, which is when he reveals a green, he can take a barrel roll, triggering BB-8, and because he's doing a barrel roll action, can trigger Push the Limit to take another action. Then he can do his maneuver, and then if it's a green, he can actually remove that stress and push the limit, which is pretty good. You see the TIE Striker coming around here, ailerons forward and then turning, and I'm kind of in squadron formation. You look at Poe.
I love the way that it looks, ultimately. This is exactly why I was originally interested in this game, right? Like, this looks incredible. You got all these small ships. It's about to be a big skirmish, and look at the tactics going on here, right? We have a flanking ship coming in up top. We've got those 2 ships coming down the pipe. You've got asteroids in the middle. Are you going to fly through them, around them?
And I have my
a lot of good questions
of Headhunters and X-Wings, and I think with Poe, the position I'm in right now, I left myself 2 options. If I reveal a green, I can either barrel roll left and stay in formation, or depending on what that striker did, which you can see, I can actually barrel roll to the right and get that striker in range of Poe. And he's got the proton torpedoes, so I have a nice little one-shot wonder. So really just being able to pin that striker, and even if you look here, Biggs also has a shot. So I think that's probably the route I'm going to go. We'll see. I reveal my maneuver, and now I'm making my choice. I revealed the green, so BB-8 is going to allow me, because I did that, to barrel roll left or right. If I want, I can barrel roll left. I have a maneuver. I have a push the limit. So we'll see what happens. All right, barrel rolling to the right.
Boom. Roll on, Zach.
Out of formation. What is he doing?
Oh, no. Now this is getting interesting. So
I push the limit for a focus, which is a stress.
Are you going to hit off quick draw here?
Then I execute the maneuver, which is green, so I lose the stress, and now I have another action, which I believe I can spend on a nice little target lock. I've got that striker one-on-one, right?
You'd be the guy to know it.
Yeah, and so even if you think about going in the next round, did I not take an action? What am I doing? What's Poe doing?
You got a little, you got a focus over there, don't you?
Yeah, but I could have, I think, taken a target lock.
It's only the finals of the biggest X-Wing event
I've ever been in. You're right.
Nothing could go wrong. Do you know where Rad is from?
Rad? He's from...
is it Poland?
Yeah, Polish national. He was the Polish champion.
Polish champion? Okay,
yeah.
Good. I need to make sure that, because I know that
I was affectionately representing Poland here. There's the target lock from Poe, by the way.
I remember.
Oh, this guy's waiting on the lock tokens.
I remember reading. I was reading it whenever it got announced that you were subbing in, and there was a big Polish contingent that was.
Here go the protons, by the way.
Baby.
Using Poe's ability, it looks like we got all hits and crits. 3, we got a hit focus. He has an evade token. So he's at least taking a hit crit. 2 damage.
Oh, baby.
So he's down to 1 health.
Oh, my gosh. This is good for you.
Shots fired.
You got to be happy about this, right?
I'm feeling great.
Now, are you, tell me the truth here. Tell me the truth. Are you at all, like, nervous about being basically like the, you know, the ringer that comes in and then wins the thing, having not actually won the Open Series?
Oh, man. I mean, not particularly. So we got a quick draw 2 here on Biggs. I rolled 1 evade, taking a shield. So... I mean, the reality is, like, I didn't expect to be in the finals. I certainly didn't expect to win the finals. So at this point, it's kind of just like a shock. But honestly, I think even in talking with the 2 more here on Biggs, and by the way, so part of my strategy here is I didn't want to let quick draw fire, because the one thing I can't have happen is just lose Biggs this early.
Yeah.
And so I'm deciding here, by the way, do I spin the focus? I didn't. I lose the shield. So I'm saving the focus on Biggs to shoot at the striker.
Yeah,
Range 3 with Biggs.
Or at the striker, yeah.
Yeah, the striker has no tokens, and it only has 1 health left.
So you just need some magic.
Got some paint.
Oh, nice.
Focus, that's 3.
So it won't matter.
Unless he rolled all 3, and he didn't. So that is a TIE striker off the board on turn 1.
That is very helpful.
Boom. So at this point, now I'm like, man, I might actually win this thing. I have R2-D2 on Big, so I effectively lost a shield that I'm going to recover.
Yeah.
And I still have 2 headhunter shots coming.
This is great.
But
I love this format. We should do this in store. Dude, look at you just slinging these.
All right, he's going to spend that focus token
spend
here.
The focus here.
Just slinging some heat here. Going to do range 3 with the headhunter. Just rolling 2 hits. Come on.
Just nothing but paint.
Just fire. He got the token
everywhere.
So nothing.
Goodness
nothing
gracious.
There. And in
Who is
hindsight,
this
with the
guy?
tokens, I think I should have actually just shot at quick draw.
Yeah.
But what I didn't want to do here, going to be a K turn here with the headhunter. What I didn't want to do is, if I allow quick draw to shoot again there and shoot Biggs, I know I can recover shields with Biggs Darklighter.
Yeah.
And so
Ooh, I like this maneuver.
I don't want to, I didn't want to risk Biggs because I feel like he can last a lot longer. And I'm doing K turns here with both of these headhunters right in front of his ships.
Dude, look at this. This is awesome.
Just bold.
I love it.
Again, those are cannon fodder me, dude. So my end game is if I can get Poe against any of his ships, particularly if I can get quick draw off the board,
Yeah.
I'm in a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
Because Poe can just win that.
At that point, yeah, I don't think there's any big concern.
I'm moving Biggs over. He's going to get a shield. And I'm hoping that quick draw's move makes it where he can't shoot at Biggs. So we'll see what happens. Defender doing the classic 5 forward or 5K? Did he just go 5 forward? That is
like a
wild
5
man.
forward, yeah.
Jeremy! All right.
I'm sure you were blacked out during this entire game,
Oh,
so it's
man.
all fresh.
Yeah. So Poe removing, here's kind of the magic of Poe. So he reveals a green. I'm going to barrel roll. Now I can take 2 actions, right? So I have focus, push for a boost,
Goodness. Yeah.
which is, now I'm stressed.
I see why you played this. This is the kind of stuff you
This
do.
is the kind of stuff I do. Which that gives me a stress, but then I take a green maneuver.
Mm-hmm. That
So
clears
that clears
it.
the stress.
Wow.
And
That just ain't.
that was the maneuver.
Isn't correct.
so now I have a target lock on the defender, and I think I have him in arc. And I'm actually, tactically speaking here, I think target locking the defender is just a mistake. I think the answer is I have to get quick draw off the board because the one-on-one, once quick draw is gone, is really good for me.
Okay.
But obviously I know that I have 2 shots on the defender with my headhunters. But the defender's tokening up, right? Like if you look, quick draw has no tokens. So if I had sent all of my shots here at quick draw, including I think probably a range 3 with a target lock and a focus with Poe.
It could be magic.
Just because he doesn't have tokens. Like he gets a token and I've got 3 shots. So Poe's going to shoot range 2, I think, of the defender. But I now regret that choice. Using, I don't know what I'm using to reroll that. Target lock, I guess. Ooh, 3 focus with the defender. Just
Ooh. Not even. Ugh. So that at least strips a token, right? So these headhunters will get some shots.
that's right.
Jeremy returning fire, 2 hits and a crit.
With quick draw on Biggs. 2
Ooh,
evades.
2 evades. Man, you're on fire, Zach.
I lose that shield I got back. So again, I'm just neutral, right?
On fire. That's gotta be frustrating for Jeremy.
Range 1 with the headhunter.
Yeah, I
need some heat here.
Yeah, you can't turn away
Just
nothing.
Nothing. Next one.
Wiffertons.
Just 2, so get 1, and that's just going to be tokens.
Matter. Token.
And we're at nil. But I think it would have been a much better just go at quick draw there.
Classic X-Wing.
And then Headhunter's doing the classic move.
One forward. They're hunting, man.
Yeah, and actually, so at this point, I'm also thinking, I assume the K-Wing's going to, or the TIE Defender's going to K-turn, not K-Wing. So I'm going to have a focus this go round, which is nice. I had considered with this move, I think, do I bank? No, I just go forward. I considered trying to block quick draw.
Yeah.
Because quick draw is 2, he might be able to 1 bank, which is green. We shall see. Biggs here, gaining a shield again, and I just went out of town.
Yeah, I can't believe how good Biggs is.
Unreal, right?
Every time I see it, R2-D2 Biggs, So good.
Yeah, and ultimately, you know, I imagine Quick Draw is going to come around to the left. He's going to shoot forward and backward. But Biggs is eventually going to have him in arc over there, and I want to use Poe to hunt him down. And if the headhunters can distract the TIE defender for a minute,
yeah,
so be it.
That seems to be their job on this list.
All right,
I'm really excited about just honestly, like the flying that we're seeing here, where you have Poe coming in with his band of, you know, of ships, of rebels, all looking relatively the same. These old rebel designs,
the old rebel squad,
you know, repurposed for various uses. And then you have some TIE fighters on the board, right? It's just, maybe we need to start drafting all the time.
Is
that going to be a?
It's not wrong.
Maybe we should just do a tournament right now.
All right,
Ooh,
so
nice. You did get the block skis.
I got the block.
Dude, Poe's got a good shot here, hey?
With a target lock, and Quick Draw is going to have to shoot at Biggs, range 3 through a debris.
That's incredible.
And I'm going to be able to get a shield back. So, like, at this point, right, I'm feeling pretty okay.
What could go wrong?
Well, we will see. We will see if anything can go wrong. But obviously, like, I nuke a ship on turn 1. I've lost a shield.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
That's what's happened. And he's kind of out of formation, right? Poe's going to go range 3.
Ooh, maybe.
Range 2.
Ooh, you want that range too.
Here we go. Poe's
Dice
so
on.
good.
And there's all the
his
dice.
ability to turn his focus over.
Yeah.
Got 1 focus, no
That's
tokens.
2 hits.
2 hits. So Quick Draw is going to immediately get a shot. He's going to go range. It looks like range 2 through a debris with Biggs, but that's still pretty good for me. Using his target lock. Got 1.
1, and who cares?
And
right?
blanks.
Yeah, blanks.
Spinning my focus to not take that. 2 here, target lock. Now we get 3. And 3 focus. That's a mistake on my part. Take the 1, Zach. Take the 1. Just rudimentary. You can tell I'm not a rebel player. Oh, boy. Yep.
So you're saying you'd rather take 1 damage than 3?
That's a better exchange,
I get it.
I mean, I could have also just rolled blanks here on the headhunter. So we have hit, and he's going to spend his focus token to turn it face up, and it's a double damage. That is a one-shot headhunter. Out of here. I rolled 3 blanks for the focus token, just a dead headhunter, because Rexler can spend his focus to flip it up, right?
Yeah, that is unreal. And just direct hits. That's so Jeremy just started screaming. I heard that. That's so good.
Gonna spend the token there, the headhunter, and the defender, and not take a damage. So this just turned on a head for me, right?
Look at this.
1-shot headhunter, Biggs down to 1 health because of just honestly a big mistake.
That was 7 damage a turn right there.
Is not how you want it to go.
That's a 5 damage differential. So you did 2 and he did 5 back to you. You can't win a game like that, I gotta tell you.
That is correct.
Wow. Wow.
Sheboygan. Biggs here, again, I'm now just trying to get out, get my shield back.
Yeah, Biggs recovers his shield there. All is well.
Unfortunate.
You look at it. I wish people could. I wish we had a camera on the commentary. We probably should do that at some point. Just the head shaking.
I wish we had a. Yeah, it's just like you realize in hindsight, right? Like it's really easy. You're looking, you're looking at the math. It's like, dude, just take a shield.
Yeah.
Like save that in case.
Yep. Yep.
Because I can get the shield back.
It's crazy.
I can't get the 2 health back.
That's so crazy. How much that would change things.
Poe reveals a green, and I have to make a choice here. I can go left or right. If I go left, I think I can get a range 1 on this headhunter. Or not, I keep saying headhunter.
That defender?
He's pushing for a focus. He's going to go 1 forward.
Well, what about quick draw?
Well, if you look, I have a headhunter at range 1 of the defender.
Yeah.
And now I have Poe at range 1 of the defender.
We keep trying to do something to this defender, but it
Quick
isn't
draw,
working.
hitting on the asteroid he's going to trigger. Doesn't take anything because it's a debris.
Ah.
And he actually gets to get his focus because of pattern analyzer before taking the stress from the debris.
Oh, nice.
Which is a nice little maneuver. And you see here, Biggs, if he had 2 more health, it'd be pretty okay. But at this point, it's not.
I think he's getting hunted down here.
Not looking so good. So Poe range 1, a whole bunch of focus.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I may as well spend the focus. Well, actually, I can be shot out the back by quick draw.
So are you a little gun shy now? You a little scared?
Well, if I keep the... There it is.
So you need one.
Spin his ability.
You can always flip one up.
So he's going to take one.
So it looks like takes one. All right. Hey, that's progress. And then you'll have a headhunter shot as well, it looks like, yeah?
Yeah, and I'm not seeing him lose his shield. So I think he focused and evaded to not take one. So I should have really spent that. But again, being at risk of just I'm being a little gun shy there.
Isn't there's an old adage when you start playing not to lose,
you lose.
You stop winning.
So spend a focus, take 2.
Yeah.
We're going to integrate Astromech 1, I think. Get rid of R2. See you later.
Whatever it is these rebels are supposed to do.
Yeah. Oh boy. The defender here, range 3, threw a debris, and Biggs just blanks.
Goodness.
So this game turns on a dime.
Boy, doesn't it? Look at that.
And they have the clapping for the ship.
So you need to get quick draw off the board here. That's what I would like to see.
Yeah, and I mean, so I have the headhunter now who's shooting the defender. Hopefully we can get something going here. Looks like 2.
All right, there we go.
All right, so
Two shields.
see, this is not, it's not crazy.
No, it's not. But if
I had not just punted, I'd be in a much better position, as you can imagine.
Let's even just assume that. I mean, even if you assume that Biggs had full health there, like even with your rolls, you rolled 4 blanks. I think you rolled 3 or 4 hits. So I think you would have been dead anyway. Let's just assume that, so you don't beat yourself up.
I feel better. I won't even do the math. No one at home do it either. I don't want to see that in the comments. But Headhunter's still alive, and ultimately on this pass, I know he's going to K-turn. I bumped, and I'm hopefully just going to get in the way this next round with the Headhunter.
Now, is that Headhunter, you think, just even going to last another turn?
Well,
because we saw that first one
roll some agility, it might
evaporate. All right, so now we have a true joust situation being set up right now. You guys are literally just pointing the front of your ships at each other and firing. It's like it's like old Imperial combat. Oh no, bumpskis.
Well, so I pushed the limit for focus before, so I have the focus and the target lock still.
Yeah.
So I didn't really need the action, but it gets me out at range, so this next round isn't just bump city for me.
It's the angle that you wanted, right?
It also leaves me open because I could have just not done the BB-8 before and gone in the pocket, but the problem is it leaves my BB-8 options for the next round limited, whereas here I can actually BB-8 left or right.
Okay, that's fair.
Depending on what transpires.
Totally fair. So you have a defender loaded up with tokens versus 2 kind of scrappy rebel ships here.
Yeah, and Poe's going to go range 3. Now the absolute worst thing that can happen for me is he shoots at the Headhunter, I blank, and he can turn a crit up and do a double damage and just remove it. So target lock here for the 2, gets 1. It's no paint.
Yeah, show me the focus, eh? That doesn't matter. He rolled 3 anyway, right?
Yeah.
Jeremy just making it happen here. All right, that's nothing. That's just a single hit. There's all the evades and
got it.
Casterly.
Gets his.
That was the quick draw back shoot there.
Yep.
All right, so now we have the defender. Looks like range 2 on the Headhunter. Ooh, yeah.
Oh Lord, expertise. Here we go.
Oh
Whiffertons.
My goodness.
The worst again. What is it? Let's see what we get. Dramatic pause.
Yeah, all damage cards dealt to your face up. Starting the round. Okay. Well, that doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, this is really irrelevant.
It doesn't matter too much. I should
Headhunter
say.
coming back, rolling blanks.
Doing nothing.
Just soaking shots is what he's doing.
Seriously nothing. So now it's looking like you're going to have Poe against 2 ships.
Which is a problem.
That's not good at all, is it?
All right, K-turning.
Staying cool. Just, staying cool.
So I actually wonder if I shouldn't have attempted. I don't know that I could have. A 1-4 wouldn't have blocked. We're just in K-turn city.
Yeah. And now you're going to have Poe in a weird spot. Where's this going to go? I guess you've got plenty of options there, actually.
Yeah, I think I...
Boy, that defender's harder than you think it is.
Well, the K-turn is to get the free evades, and it's white, so you get a focus, and then he has expertise. Like, he's hard to hit. That's part of the trouble with Jeremy's list is you kind of want to get kicked off the board for pilot skill reasons, but you also can't... Like, Rexler 1-on-1 is going to be difficult to pin down.
Yeah.
So I think...
Why are we not seeing this Rexler-style defender on like a top table or a normal X-Wing game?
Well, Rexler occasionally does show up, and unfortunately my move here is just going to bump. Rexler does occasionally show up. I think the problem with him is he's a little expensive. So in the 77-point format, like it's even why I have R2-D2 on bigs, a lot of times you'll see R4-D6, which is the 1-point cancel of damage. But a lot of times that's just because you don't have the points to put R2 on bigs.
Yeah.
And the same here, where a lot of times you don't have the points to fit a third good ship in with Rexler.
Yeah, yeah.
And so you'll opt for, you know, Colonel Vessery, who's a little bit cheaper and almost as good. So that's why.
What happened on this maneuver here? Was this just...
oh, man, blanks on the Headhunter. Just gone.
Just totally gone. But, you know, Poe bumping here is a big problem.
Sure.
Did you have an out there? A better... I mean, obviously, if you see the maneuvers, you can do anything you want, but...
Yeah, I don't think there was a move that... I could have potentially done like a... whatever they call that. Talon roll.
Yeah.
To keep
one of those rebel things?
Yeah, keep him in arc. But again, that leaves him exposed, and with Rexler shooting me potentially at range 1 with expertise and his ability to do damage face up is really terrifying. So
what's your out here, right?
So my out is quick draw's kind of out of position. Poe's going to focus. He's going to do a 1 bank. I think I'm going to be out of arc potentially.
No, that looks in. That's so in.
My out, I need to just take a ship out.
So you need basically Rexler to brick out some dice, roll blanks.
The reality is, like, quick draw is actually very vulnerable because he only gets 2 dice to defense. He gets lightweight frame, but like even at range 1, it's 4 to 3, and my Poe's really maneuverable. So I'm going to check a boost here. My Poe is also very defensive, right? I have sensor cluster, which is going to I can spend a focus to get an evade. Mm-hmm. And so with Poe's ability, you can change a focus to an evade, and then I can spin a focus, turn a blank to an evade. So I should roll 3 on 1 attack. So one-on-one, Poe's in a good spot. And I have a little bit of health to give up here as well. I also have auto thrusters, so when I'm at range 3, I'm really hard to hit.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my out.
Nice.
Poe's going range 1.
Nice. This is
using his ability.
4 hits.
Looks like we got all. We have 1 focus.
Oh man, focus for 3.
Yep.
Taking 1 or using the token?
Just nothing.
Just nothing. Okay.
Rexler
Man,
rolling 3 here.
Just paint on. So we got 1.
Looks like
we've got a blank that gets changed, and then you lose a shield.
Yeah.
All right. Goodness gracious.
Just fire. All right, so now I can spin my focus to get an evade.
Still take 2
shields.
Goodness, though.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate. I either took 1 or 2 there. I'm not sure.
That's not the math that you...
Looks like I still have a shield left.
That's not the math that you want.
I should be at 0 shields.
Yeah, you should be at 0 eventually. And now what? Oh, did you roll the wrong amount or something?
Yeah, I rolled 3. The first one was range 3 and the second one wasn't. So I rolled 2 evades there, which is actually just as good.
Yeah, and down to no shields now. All right. All right. Well, you did nothing and you took 2 damage.
Yeah, this is going to be hard.
Jeremy just putting the pincers on, man.
I mean, the reality, though, is that, again, like I said, unless Jeremy has just, like, unbelievably great rolls, Poe is hard to kill.
Well.
And this is kind of my opportunity. I need to get quick draw in range. Now, I also will admittedly say, I have another little out here. You took a target lock on Poe, right?
Yeah.
And so Poe's going to focus, and then he's going to do a green and get rid of it. But Black 1 says anytime that if Poe does a boost, a ship at range 1 can remove a target lock.
Oh.
So technically, when I boost right there,
you should be able to remove the target lock. Or you should have removed the target lock.
Yeah. I'm not sure why I have the stress still floating around. So I should have been able to remove a target lock there. And you will see me continue to forget to do that. Just blatantly.
This is why you don't get to play Imperials.
Yeah.
Because when you get to this kind of a format where people are playing with cards they don't normally use, and you're playing with ships that you normally don't see on the board, it's like, yeah, you kind of have to know what you're doing to not miss stuff. So it's a very meta play.
Yeah, and I think that's the this format both favors me because it's a more fundamental version of X-Wing, and so I don't need to be as knowledged. But at the same time, when you like Black One, I put it in, I had a point. So I was like, well, I may as well slap her on. And then I played this list once earlier in the day, never used that title.
Yeah.
And then here we are.
Proceeded to just totally forget it.
So again, I still have a target lock on me from Rexler.
Both, yeah.
And I'm going to boost, and I should be able to drop a lock. And I just don't. And I take a focus, and here we are.
All right. So what are you going into here? Right? Are you trying to get back around? Is there a line of play here that gets you a shot without having 2 shots in return?
So, somewhat. The problem is I have to keep stressing to get my focus and to boost to kind of stay out of pain zone. But I effectively, if possible, need to set up a scenario where I have one-on-one happening. Like Poe versus one of these ships is pretty acceptable. And as lame as it is, if I can at least get rid of quick draw, Poe's worth more points.
Yeah, so you can do the old fly-by-night, see you later.
One-on-one, Poe is just impossibly hard to kill. Spending that lock there to get an extra not going to be that relevant. Didn't end up doing any damage. But when it's either of these ships one-on-one would be a very hard task to kill Poe. Quick draw doesn't really have the dice to do it. Rexler does, but he's a lower pilot skill.
Yeah.
So I can a lot of times get out of arc and or range 1. With Poe, or make a bump happen.
Yeah,
with BB-8, I can force a bump.
Yeah, yeah.
Got a target lock again, and he's also forgetting I have Black One, or realizes that I'm an idiot and am not going to use it, because he's taking his action right. Instead of a focus, he's getting a target lock. Now that said, if I can't shoot at him, he has expertise. A target lock is better than a focus, even if I get rid of it.
Yeah.
Because he's going to turn those to a hit anyway. But here we go, boosting again, and look, no target lock going anywhere.
Hey, it's like Black One just didn't show up.
Yep.
Maybe you jumped in the wrong ship.
That's right. So I actually think there, when I had that positioning with the debris in between quick draw and Poe, instead of the scary is Rexler at range 1 because he can turn those damage face up, and I only have 1 shield left. But I think instead of taking a boost, just taking a focus there is a better play.
Yeah.
Because I need to be able to take a red maneuver, or 2 at minimum. If I'm close to Rexler, he can't. He has to be careful as a maneuver because I can BB-8 around. Do some weird stuff. Just 3 natural.
Just 3 natties.
Looks like we have a Poe's ability, auto thrusters at range 3, and that's the other thing. I'm trying to trigger auto thrusters, which makes my life far easier.
So I'm wondering what the end game is, you know? Because you can just keep rolling around the outside.
Around the outside.
But quick draw is gonna probably close the gap this
yeah,
turn.
I think at some point, the part of it is I kind of want one-on-one, and this is a potentially good opportunity to do this. So I lose the stress, but I also just, if the ships get close enough, I can potentially BB-8 into a maneuver that's going to give me a range 1 if he's got 2 ships he's having to deal with.
Yeah.
And so part of this is just, wow, he's really going for it. On the debris, taking the stress. Come on, give me a crit. Blank. Give me anything. The thing is, even if he took the crit, this means he gets 2 shots this round.
That's true.
And his pattern analyzer is going to let him take this action off of the debris before he gets the stress. The debris doesn't stop you from taking an action. So
patterns were analyzed.
Patterns were indeed analyzed. So really, I mean, at this point, I'm looking to survive until my moment of opportunity.
And is that where you you roll out on a K turn or something, or?
Well, I have that Talon roll. Just blank on.
Blanks. That'll help.
Quickies. Range 2. 2 hits. It's good for me. Because it's range 2, I only get 2 dice. Use Poe's ability. No damage.
Yeah, all right. Run on.
Poe's get it running. This is where in my head I'm thinking, why didn't I build regen Poe?
Yeah, RTD2. Question marks.
Yep. Well, you live and you learn. All right, here comes Poe.
Is that a K turn?
No, it's a 3 forward. It's a green.
I didn't have a K turn.
So this is where I actually have my opportunity. I'm not taking a stress here. I'm at range 2. I know quick draw doesn't have a great maneuver to get close to me.
Yeah.
And so this is the moment. And I think not this particular turn. I need to survive this turn.
But now you're stress-free going to the next turn.
So whether it be a K turn or actually, I think the maneuver to take is the Talon roll to the Poe's right, effectively. Because if the TIE Defender swings in with like a 3-bank to get his free evade, it'll just put Poe behind him, which will give me 2 rounds of actually being able to shoot. See if Poe survives here. 3 hits. Can he do it? Oh, rolled too many dice. Spend a focus.
You get.
If I use the sensor cluster, I can get an evade, and then I take a shield.
All right.
Oh, direct hit. No shields left. So now Poe's down to 1.
Oh, no.
Direct hit's just the bane of my existence.
Yeah, you took a shield, except you didn't have any.
So now here's where I was thinking about Talon rolling, right? He does a 3-bank like I was talking about. So if I Talon roll to the right, Defender has no shots. Poe might get shot at by a quick draw. And what do I do?
Did you not do that?
I didn't do it. Because now I'm down to 1.
Yeah.
So if I Talon roll, I don't get any actions. If he just done like a forward maneuver with his ship, Poe is potentially just easily dead to rights.
So there's no, but I mean, I think you're coming to the reality that there's no way out of this.
There's no out.
So do you have to throw a Hail Mary at that point?
I think I should have thrown a Hail Mary. Yeah.
Yeah. We're talking about risk management.
All right. Let's see what
Boy,
happens.
it's kind of amazing how quickly this just collapsed entirely.
Just right under me.
I mean, just entirely. You can almost see it like it's a movie, you know, like these ships going around, and you got some momentum here, then some momentum there, and then all of a sudden the Empire is winning. And Poe's got to run for his life. Sensors are blinking. There's a lot of noise going on.
Yeah,
Seatbelts are flapping.
And I think I earlier even should have taken some risk and not done the double action with Poe, so that I could then, because the problem is when I'm stressed, I can't use BB-8.
Right.
Using my evades here.
Survive.
We'll see if he survives the range 2 from Rexler. I don't. He's got 1 left.
Just keep surviving.
He literally just needs pain.
Keep surviving.
And he got pain.
And he got nothing but pain.
And that's the game.
Well,
there you have it.
Well done, Jeremy. I think he's proved it, that this is one of the best players, if not the best players in the world.
He's an excellent player, and that whole top 8 was just, it's what makes X-Wing just a great group of people, and it was a privilege to get to play against them.
You told me that you had the top 8 players there going to breakfast that morning, and it was so casual and so cool, and everybody was just kind of rooting for everybody else in a way.
Yeah, I feel like everyone had already felt like they'd won, and just by being there, and so it was just a great experience, and it was cool to see all these players playing these like varied lists that kind of you see ships you don't see a lot of, which is very cool.
Well, it's a fascinating format, and I think Fantasy Flight's onto something really cool here with how to do this for X-Wing and potentially other games, and that's just great to see. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Zach, of course, for sharing your thoughts, and congratulations for getting there.
As painful as it was.
Very cool. And until next time, guys, keep playing.